what's worse is the fact that Iron Solomon uses the same angle Sirius Jones used against him, talking about how Mook's rhymes about selling coke in the hood while he's a college kid, etc., etc. And I hate that angle, and I hate when other battlers do it to other battlers. Let's get something straight here, okay? Real important, and I want everyone who's watching to listen. None of these guys are gangsters! None of them! None of them are selling coke! None of them are killing people! All of them are working day jobs and doing things to support their income! And you want to know how I know that? They're still fucking breathing and aren't locked up! Look, I'm sure 100% of them come from that life of selling drugs and so on and so forth. But none of them are doing it now, and if they are, they certainly wouldn't be rapping about it unless they are single-handedly the dumbest gangster in the history of mankind. I'm pretty sure that they all own guns, and I'm pretty sure that some of those guns are illegal. But they aren't killing anyone with those guns. Why? Because they're still alive and the people they're threatening are still alive as well. John the Don threatened to shoot Hitman Holla from his feet to his head, but Hitman Holla is still alive. Arsenal threatened to shove Hitman Holla's face into a fan blade. Last time I checked, Hitman Holla still had his face. Long story short, I wish for the life of me that battlers would stop using that "you're not a real gangster" angle on each other. Seriously, that shit is older than I am, because none of them are real gangsters, because real gangsters wouldn't be rapping about gangster shit. And don't start with that, "oh, you go, but there are some real gangsters who rap." Bullshit! The vast majority of rappers who are gangsters were gangsters in the past. Their offenses being serious enough to warrant time behind bars, but not serious enough to warrant incarceration for years to come. Also, the vast majority of gangster rappers committed crimes at a young age around 12 to 16, which would make sentencing difficult for minors not involved in murders. Rappers who have been involved in murders are behind bars or have spent time behind bars, namely Turk, who was sentenced to 14 years in prison for second-degree murder, although he was released last month. Corey Miller, aka C Murder from No Limit Records, was sentenced to life in prison for second-degree murder, and since he was at Summer Madness 2, P. Diddy's former protege G. Depp confessed to a murder and turned himself into the police, and Diddy told the news that G. Depp did the right thing. So if you are a real gangster, chances are you're behind bars. I wish these guys would stop pretending and start being real. Even Head Eye stated that he was not selling crack.
I'm not doing none of that, man. I'm not gonna keep poisoning the youth with drugs, money, and bitches. That's not what I do all the time. I school niggas.
And yet, in the Pat Stay battle,
I'm on your block with the rock moving.
It's an image! Cortez works at an airport. T-Rex is a nurse. K-Shine works at Qdoba. A-Verb works at a jewelry kiosk. Arsenal drives a school bus. Sirius Jones is a barber. Murda Mook went to college. Who gives a fuck? These aren't angles. It's called a job. Grow the fuck up. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, right. So anyways, getting back on point here, another Murda Mook scheme.
Now the moment we've been waiting for. Where the fuck would these battle rap niggas be if there wasn't no Mook? First off, nobody in the world of no DNA didn't have a tooth. We'd have never heard Suge say that bullshit about proof, and Surf would have just been another dirty nigga with his pants and his boots. Hey, Dirty Surf, where you at? Hey, put me on the phone with your fashion commander. Cause how the fuck you be having on new clothes that look like they just came out of the hamper? You look like you wash up with a brand of soap called Never Clean. I swear to God, you are the flyest bum-ass nigga I ever seen. What? Hey, what? Fuck, I gotta put it in subtitle or something? Do a nigga gotta put on them gloves by you or something? Do a nigga gotta let off the snub by you or something? Had a body snatcher take all you love by you or something? Hey, Calico, if there wasn't no Mook, right now, you would be in Detroit with your pack trying to win a freestyle battle using another nigga's raps. Hey, Captain Planet, I think I hear some rhymes recycling. I always knew something was fishy about you. I should hook your jaw for all them lines you biting.
I hate to say it, but he's right. No, seriously, I looked into it. He's right.
Really though, you should have had a television-sized Tylenol when you made that Spring Fever video. I promise, this nigga was dancing with colorful flowers and rainbows behind him. When I seen that shit, I kind of understood why he was so infatuated with Bigfoot's dick. If Solomon is killing Murda Mook right now was your thoughts, you will go home, watch that video, recalibrate your thinking, and say he lost.
So nice in the winter cold, spring and stuff with a rubber soul. Brand new day, but the same old sun. Lock still hot, but the heart you toss. Sun's got me going.
Last but not least, the final and, in my mind, one of the best Murda Mook schemes that officially killed Iron Solomon is this one right here.
I knew 8 years back you lacked the skill it took to mess with me. I ain't even battling you, Iron. I'm battling my legacy. This ain't about me beating you. Nigga, this is bigger than any line said. This is about showing these niggas the crown only belongs on my head. But I'm gonna take it off for a second, and I'm gonna let you wear it for a minute. But now you gotta wear all of the negative shit that come with it. Now that you got that on, a million battle rappers got your name in their lyrics, cause this thing you got on your head, they all trying to get it. Picture every little mistake you make getting blown out of proportion. 1,000 tweets a day, fans telling you that you lost it. As soon as a battle rapper go on some kind of a streak, they automatically become that nigga you can't beat. Then every week it repeats. They can't wait to catch you by yourself in the street, so you gotta keep that heat. See, this thing made you famous. I see your head nodding. It's getting kinda heavy, ain't it? Gotta watch where you eat, fuck, sleep, shit, park. You can't be drunk in every place you at. Nigga, I'll give you a day with that. You'll be begging me to take it back. Nigga, give me my shit. Break whatever spirit you in. And I hope you enjoyed that, because you won't ever get to wear it again.
Which is true. Math mentioned Murda Mook. Calico mentioned Murda Mook. Sirius Jones wanted a rematch against Murda Mook. Iron Solomon mentioned Murda Mook. Ness mentioned Murda Mook. Step Easy keeps shouting out Dot Mob.
It's Murda Mook everywhere.
I'm not dick riding the guy. I'm just stating the facts. If Murda Mook isn't as important as people says he is, then why is it that these battlers seem to keep bringing him up? Remember, Murda Mook's first round blatantly exposed every bit of dirt on him and the fact that everyone knows it. They know it because it was already mentioned in battles not against him, but against his associates. Anyone who battles Mook next is gonna have their work cut out for him. Not because Mook is the greatest battler in the world, but because he's a strategic battler and a top-notch performer. Unlike Disaster, Murda Mook doesn't foam at the mouth when he raps. He's very clear and articulate, and you can understand each and every word he's saying without having to rewind and focus your attention. Unlike Arsenal, Murda Mook doesn't overdo it with too much movement. Murda Mook is right in the middle, and being in performance art myself, that's kind of the performer you want to be. I'm not dick riding here, just the facts. Now, people go on and on about how this battle was terrible, etc., etc., and I agree, this battle was terrible, only because it was clearly one-sided. It should have been much better than it was, and it got to the point where it got sad. Not cannabis sad, but just disheartening to watch regardless of who you were rooting for. Anyway, I'm gonna conclude this video right here and wait for the flood of comments telling me I'm dick riding, and I will see you guys at Pat's Day vs. Math Hoffa. Peace.